Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today's video is on the infamous Jeffree Star Morphe brush collection. These right here, and I'm going to tell you from the beginning, very skeptical about these. I didn't even buy them myself. I said no thank you, I don't need them. These are actually a friend of mine's, Rabia, thank you so much. She lent them to me so that I could film this video for you guys and give you guys my thoughts and what I think about them. And trust me, I have some opinions about them that you'll have to wait a few minutes to see. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit the red subscribe button before you leave. It's free to join. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, guys, if you enjoyed it. And I'm not going to make this intro very rambly. Let's just go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so first things first, I'm going to see these brushes for the first time. I have been very skeptical about them because they look like plastic cheap brushes on the pictures. Like I was very excited about them, and I went on Trendwood's page to look closer at the picture, and then I had the bright idea of looking at the comments, and all I could see was people saying that they looked like Wet n Wild brushes, and I was like, no. So then I couldn't unsee that, so I'm like, I'm not gonna spend $50. I have more than enough brushes. I'm not doing it. But thankfully, my friends and co-worker Rabia, which by the way, Rabia, thank you so much for lending me your brushes, bought them. So we're going to review them anyways. I haven't seen them. They're in this bag right here. I just went and picked them up at her house. And here it is. Here's the pink pouch. I'm going to call things as I see them. First off, this pink pouch. It looks bigger than I imagined it in my head somehow. And so far the brushes look interesting in there. Here's the pouch empty. She left the little protector in there, so we'll leave the little protector in there. And here are the brushes. Now my issue with it wasn't like whether or not they were going to be like soft up here. The handles is what I wasn't sure about, because the handles on the pictures looked kind of cheap, and let's just say they don't feel luxurious. They look like a very luxurious brush set. They look like a luxurious kind of handle, but they don't feel luxurious in my hands. It is kind of what I expected, so we'll see how the actual brushes perform, because I never thought that they would be bad, especially the bristles. And I have lots and lots of Morphe brushes, and I use them constantly. Now I didn't think that this was going to be special enough for me personally to spend my money on it, so we'll see. I'm going to just kind of start doing my makeup with these brushes, and we'll see how it goes. First things first, I'm going to hydrate my face because I was at work earlier and I took my makeup off and I haven't hydrated my face. So that is my Face Hero oil that you saw me apply right there. I love this stuff. Sometimes it makes me look hella greasy when I put a tinted moisturizer over it, but honestly I'd rather look oily than look dry, because I'm tired of looking dry. And by the way, right now the only thing I have on is my brows and some concealer around them. And I'm going to apply a little bit of my Fresh Rose moisturizer as well. I want to do a skincare video soon. I want to go into a lot of detail regarding skincare, so I'm still planning it. I need to just kind of give it a bit more thought. If you guys have any specific skincare questions, let me know in the comments down below and we can answer those in that video, besides everything that I want to tell you guys about. And the reason I'm thinking about it is because I don't just want to tell you my skincare routine. I want to also make suggestions based on age and skin type and all of those good things. I don't want to just tell you what works for me. I want to give you options that will work for you as well. So for primer, I'm going to use my Optical Illusions primer from Urban Decay, and I'm just gonna kind of do it around my nose and cheeks. And foundation, I'm going to apply with this brush here. This is the JS1, which is made for foundation, and I'm going to use my L'Oreal foundation that I have been still obsessing over. It's so good. I'm so excited to use it again, honestly. What is my hair doing? Alright, so I'm going to just kind of put some foundation on here, and I'm just going to start buffing it with this brush. Very soft brush, by the way. It's actually distributing the foundation really nicely. That was fast. I'm going to put a bit up here. I'm going to say that, like, I'm going to use these brushes for what I think I would use them. I'm not going to necessarily, like, contour with this, because who are we kidding? But I am going to just kind of use them for what I would think that I would reach for them for. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what a brush is for. It matters what you use them for yourself. If you're someone who applies their foundation with a brush, this brush is extremely soft, so I do kind of recommend it because it is a lot softer than like the Morphe M439. This one to me has always felt kind of stiff. So this is a really nice brush to like buff out your foundation. It didn't leave any streaks or anything like that. So in that sense, I do like this one. Now, I personally apply my foundation with a sponge. I've done it for years and I really like applying my foundation with a sponge. So I think I would still reach for a sponge over this brush. But if you're used to applying your foundation with a brush, you would love this one. So I'm giving it like a 9 out of 10 because again, the handle's kind of like underwhelming. But what matters, which is this up here, is really nice. Alright, so I'm using this one right here. This is the JS3, just kind of to blend my concealer into my foundation above my eyebrows. And I'm going to blend my concealer with it too. And I'm kind of stippling it because that's just what kind of feels natural to me right now. Making sure I get the inner corner and all under my eyes. Again, I just kind of feel like going in with the sponge and like finishing it up, just because the sponge leaves such a like pressed in airbrush finish. It's good. It didn't really leave streaks. It was a little tricky for like the under eye right here just because it's kind of big. So because it's not made for like concealer, I'm going to give it one more chance and we're going to use it to blend some like cream contour and see how it performs that way. Alright, so I have the Anastasia contour stick right here. So I'm first going to just blend around the forehead here. I mean, I barely have to touch it honestly and it's blending. I'm going in with the sponge again just because I feel like it's faster. And I don't want to show you that I can do specific things with these brushes because obviously I can. I just want to tell you guys what feels more normal to me or what I would rather use and whether or not I would reach for these over things that I already have. So as of right now, I think for every step that I've done so far, and obviously I've only tried these two brushes, I would use my sponge over these. And this is a Morphe sponge, which is nice. A beauty blender would work as well, or just any other very soft sponge that you have. Now for like the nose contour, I like it. That was very easy to blend out and it looks very straight. I do like it for like blending out your nose contour because that made it very, very easy. Would I reach for these if I had them? I think I would reach for this one sometimes just to blend out my nose contour if I did any. I would barely ever reach for this one because I honestly just use a sponge. Now these are the brushes that I liked and was intrigued about, so the best is yet to come. I'm very hopeful for these and I know that these are brushes that I reach for a lot. Okay, so the next step is translucent powder and I'm going to grab my Huda Beauty translucent powder right here. And this is the brush that everybody's using for translucent powder. So I will give it a try. I usually go for something smaller. This is my Sephora collection that I use for translucent powder. And it is significantly smaller than this one. So we'll see how it goes. Alright, I loaded the brush with some powder and I'm going to just go ahead and smooth right underneath my eyes, so that nothing is creasing. And I'm just going to powder there. And I'm just going to go ahead and powder my forehead a little bit. See, like for the forehead is absolutely perfect. I would probably not like it any bigger or any smaller. For all over the face, I love. For underneath the eyes, I would rather it be a little bit smaller. Just because it's hard to get to the inner corner right there without the bristles getting all over your eyeballs. Alright, so I'm powdering, powdering, powdering. Love it. Alright, so besides this one not being super teeny tiny small to like fit right under my eye there, I really liked it. It's very, very soft, so it doesn't put a lot of powder on your face. It distributes it very nicely. I don't like to add a lot of powder on, so I do really like how this one performed with the loose powder. And I'm also going to use it for bronzer and blush, because if you were to buy this one because you don't own other brushes, you're going to use this one for powder, bronzer, and blush. So let's go ahead and use it for that as well. I have my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer right here. We are going to grab some of that with this brush, and I'm going to start building it. I'm putting a little bit around my forehead, of course the cheekbones. I like it for bronzer. It's a nice bronzer brush. It's very soft and it builds it up nicely, so far so good. Okay, so I'm done applying bronzer, and it did a really, really nice job for bronzer. I look nice and even. It built it up nicely, which is what I like. So for bronzer, really nice. For blush, I'm going to go ahead and grab my California blush from Benefit, and this brush just a little bit right in there. And we're going to just go ahead and add it to the apples of my cheekbones. I will say I do like to have a different brush for bronzer and for blush, because I just put bronzer on, so there's some bronzer left over in here, and now I'm trying to grab for my blush, and so like not as much as I want is coming off. And then if this were the only brush like this that I had, I have to do the same thing over and over every day. So at one point it's just so full of bronzer and blush that you don't even know what you're putting on. I like to have one brush for each thing because I don't wash them or like clean them every day. So I would take that into account when it comes to the kit. But overall, this brush is really, really nice. I think I would use it the most to set my powder with, because it's so soft and it deposits very like minimal amounts on. And I like brushes like that to do my powder with, because I don't like a ton of powder on my face. Second best utilization, bronzer. Loved it for bronzer as well. For applying blush, I didn't love it because I felt like it needed to be a little bit more firm than this. But it is a really nice, very soft brush. Then we have this one here. This is the JS4 brush, and this one is a highlighting brush that I'm very excited to try. I'm going to go ahead and use it with the Amrezy highlighter. Oh yes, very nice. I loved this one for highlighter, really, really nice. I have this one from Morphe. This is the M510 that I've used for highlighter before. I like that the Jeffree Star one is a little bit more tapered, so it just kind of fits better right there. This one is good too. I really like this one, but I do think that the Jeffree Star one is a little bit better for highlighter. It feels a little bit firmer too, but I did really like this one for highlighter. It's very, very nice. Let's quickly talk about this one here. This is kind of like for brows. It has a spoolie on one side and then a really nice angled brush on the other side. Okay, so to be completely honest with you, I tried this side of the brush right here in the back of my hand with that brow gel to see how I would like it, and I'm not super impressed by it. But considering that the one that I'm comparing it to is the Anastasia brow brush, and that one is like $18, I'm sure that for the price is a good brush. I don't think I would reach for this one too often because I have that one. So in that sense, if I were to have gotten this kit, I would be using 2 brushes out of 5 so far. Now I do still have these 2 eye brushes left to try, which I'm very excited about and I'm pretty sure I will love. So let's do a quick little eye look with these. So I grabbed the first palette I saw and intrigued me. I don't know if anybody remembers this one. This is my first Anastasia palette I ever bought. This one is, it was called something Couture, I think. Shadow Couture, this one right here. This was before like Modern Renaissance. I love this little palette. Let's use it. I'm going to grab this one first. This is the JS5 brush, which is like the nice fluffy brush, and I'm going to grab the color Soft Peach right here, and we're going to start blending it right here on the crease of my eye. I mean, it blended Soft Peach on the crease really fast, which is really nice, and I think it's like a nice size brush too. Let's deepen it up a little bit with the color Morocco. I'm going to start on the outer corner and blend it upwards. Really nice. Very easy to blend with this one. And then I'm going to grab the smaller one. This is the JS6 right here, and we are going to grab the color Fudge. I'm going to tap that one right on the outer corner and slightly into the crease. And I'm going to turn it sideways like this, and I'm going to make sure it blends into the other crease colors. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on this side. Okay, so there's one thing that this brush set is missing for me, and that is a flat brush. However, the JS6 brush is very like pinched, so I'm going to try to use the flat side of the brush being pinched to like put a color on the eyelid. I'm going to first clean it a little bit because I was using it with the color Fudge. Okay, so I cleaned it, and I'm going to grab the color Pink Champagne right here, and I'm going to tap it on the eyelid. It's doing a really good job. Putting the color on the eyelid, so I do love that. And then I'm going to go in with my finger just to intensify it a little bit. Alright, so this palette doesn't really have a color that's lighter than Pink Champagne to like put in the center of my eyes, so I'm going to get my Kat Von D Alchemist palette, and I'm going to get the pinky one right here, and we're gonna pop it right here in the center. So before I finish up the rest of my makeup, let me give you guys my opinion on these brushes. I absolutely love them. I don't think I have any brush like the JS6 brush. I definitely have some like pinched crease brushes, but nothing is as pinched as this one. Like this one's very thin on one of the sides. This one was a little bit of a game changer. I love this one. I definitely do have other fluffy brushes like the JS5, but I definitely did love it anyways. Alright guys, so I very quickly finished with some mascara and lip balm, and I'm going to tell you guys my final thoughts. I definitely stand by me not ordering these for myself because I don't need them. Let me show you why. Right? Like, I don't need them. With that said, I think if you guys don't have as many brushes as I do, and you're kind of starting your collection, this is a good one to go for. I will tell you though, I did a video 2 years ago when I first started my YouTube channel when I picked out some Morphe brushes and kind of like made a Morphe brush kit. I'm going to go ahead and link that video right up here in case you guys are interested, because I created a whole like Morphe brush set that you could do every single step with, and it was under $50, and it included the sponge, and it included a bronzer brush, a blush brush, a highlighter brush. It included like 4 different eye brushes. I didn't include like foundation and concealer brushes in it because I included the sponge. So the link is right there. You guys can check it out and see the brushes I picked. I kind of did a starter kit of Morphe brushes, so if you're starting, it might be a little bit of a better deal for you to get those instead of these, because you will have a brush for every single thing, including detail like inner corner or like an actual like flat brush to pat things on your eyelid with. They are the regular like Morphe brushes. They don't have the fancy pink look. So I do think that this is quite a nice set to get. Again, for me it's not worth it because I wouldn't ever use these 3 brushes, so I would be getting it for these 4, and I pretty much have all these 4. I think my favorite brush out of the whole kit has to be this one, the JS6 brush. I loved how pinched it is because the rest of the brushes that I have that are kind of like that are like this one here. This is the Morphe M433. Or I have one that's very similar from Sigma, and another one from Sephora collection, and it's not as pinched as this one, so I did really appreciate how nice and easy it made my like outer corner work be. This is my favorite brush. With that said, when they restock these brushes, I don't think I'll be getting them. But again, it's because I really don't need them. I would say you should kind of analyze what you have at home before you buy these, because you might not end up using them all. I just don't think for me is worth it. My friend Rabia bought them. I'm sure she'll adore them and use them every day. She also is a makeup artist, so she probably has like a separate kit of brushes, or I don't know, you know, everybody is different. Everybody is going to use things differently. For me, it's not worth it. For you, it might be worth it. I would say it's a good value. The price is right, and the bristles are very, very nice and soft. So the quality of the brushes is okay. I don't love the handle because it just kind of feels cheap, but I don't know. You kind of draw your own conclusion from everything that I've told you. It might be worth it for you, it might not be worth it for you. I really hope this video was helpful, and I hope that if you had your doubts about it, it helped you solve them. Let me know in the comments down below if it did. Let me know if you're going to go for it or if you're not going to go for it either. If you like the video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. As always, those are very, very appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new here. My name is Patty, and I would love it if you hit that red subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for watching my video, and I hope to see you back in the next one. Bye!